all the devotees, disciples, Sarvanyapita, Kartas, Yajamans, all of you, please listen. With the grace of Paramashiva, soon the Kailasa is going to open for public. I am evolving now people who will govern different Kailasas and Kailasa. Listen, before opening the Kailasa to public, I am evolving ministers, ambassadors for each Kailasa and Kailasa. Last 1 month you would have seen various activities like I opened diploma, degree, MPhil, PhD, all these programs, courses from our Nithyananda Hindu University, from Kailasa. Not only it is to give you degrees, diplomas, to identify those who are interested in Hindu academia. So you can become education minister. See, each Kailasa, I want one education minister, one prime minister, one minister of external affairs, one each Kailasa, I want a ministry, a team, and for Kailasa. So I am evolving this for last 3 months, the principles, how a responsible democracy should function from the Vedas and Agamas. We have brought it now to a shape. So this Chitsabha voting, Rajasabha voting is all opened up now. Not only for you to vote, I am choosing people. See, if you are a Sarvanyapita, Yajaman and Karta, you are actively voting every day. Then naturally I will pick up and see to it you become a minister. You are part of the governing body. Rajya Sabha is open for all Hindus. So all those who are active in Rajya Sabha, for example, you are from San Jose. You are not member of Chit Sabha, but you are very active in Rajya Sabha. So for the Kailasa San Jose Rajya Sabha, I will naturally make you as member. So I am choosing people for responsible democracy. The governing body for from all over the world. I want to tell you, the process is completely based on responsibilism, apolitical. I want all of you to know, Kailasa is a Hindu nation. 2 billion Hindus have put their trust and hope on us and on me. It is no more a Nithyananda fan club. So there will not be any favoritism because you know me or I know you for so many years. It will be run purely based on the people who take responsibility. Who take responsibility. Understand? So even yesterday what I spoke about, being proud to be my disciple. So when you show you are proud of being openly associated with me, I'll naturally make you Minister of External Affairs. Somebody who does not even want to talk about me openly in public, how can I make them Minister of External Affairs? So every voting you are doing in Rajya Sabha or Chit Sabha, not only you are exercising your right, you are showing you want to take responsibility. So from the people who are getting involved actively in Rajya Sabha and Chit Sabha voting and proudly standing as my disciple in public, those of you will become part of the each Kailasa's governing body, like a local Kailasas, and some of you may be chosen even for MahaKailasa. So please be very clear. It is apolitical, and I also want to tell you, I will not be doing any direct interviews for anyone, because I'll tell you something. There is a female devotee, I don't want to name because she does not want to associate with myself publicly, openly. She doesn't want to give any open video or sharing about her experience with me and all that. But she has so much of incompletion that Kailasa administration did not call her to have my darshan when I left India and went away to Kailasa. When I went and settled in Kailasa, few Sarvanya Pita Yajamans and Kartas have been called to have personal darshan and to be around me for few days. She was not called. She had so much incompletion with the Kailasa administration. But she doesn't want to openly associate with MahaKailasa or with me. The problem is, see, when you don't want to associate openly with me, I have no problem. Okay, great. You may have your reasons. No problem, because each one's commitment has its own percentage, degree, prioritization. Each one of you have your priorities in your life. No problem. But they get so violent and they expect they should get the same rights with when the committed people, what committed people also get. See, someone is committed, openly ready to stand for me and defend me. So for that person, what was given, these people also expect the same right, but they do not want to come out openly or stand for me, even give a video testimonial, sharing. So what to do? All these difficulties, and they get into violence. They get so violent and incomplete. So due to all these incompletion, I will not be doing any direct interview. The process will be simply done based on the responsibility you show. See, I am not at all I want to repeat, I am not at all incomplete about people who don't want to stand publicly for me or for Kailasa. I have no problem. See, you have your priorities, and I accept and I understand. But do not expect you should be part of the government of Kailasa. Be a devotee. Government of Kailasa is not just Nithyananda fan club. It is standing for the responsibility and answerable to 2 billion Hindus. Understand, I put myself on a simhasana where I am answerable to 2 billion Hindus. That is why I have to face everything. Kannadi battu, kalladi battu, solladi battu, villadi battu. படாத அடியே இல்லை எனும் அடியெல்லாம் பட்டாலும் என் பரமன் அடி என் தலைமேல் பட்டதனால் எவடியும் வலிக்காது. பரமன் திருவடியில் இருந்து நடத்துகின்றோம் இந்த திருக்கூத்தை. So I want all of you to know the program I announced, diploma, degree, PhD program. These programs are not only to give you diploma degrees, to choose education ministers for each Kailasa. And the Rajya Sabha voting I announced, not only for you to vote Rajya Sabha and mold the policies of Kailasa, for me to choose Rajya Sabha members. For example, 3 countries where we have a diplomatic relationship, all of you should know, we have established embassies as per Vienna Convention in many countries. We have not released those names for various reasons. I don't want the anti-Kailasa people to give pressure to them and try to pressurize them to break the diplomatic relationship. So I am just doing till the critical number, critical mass is achieved. For example, only after achieving 50, 60 sister cities, I announced sister cities. So when the anti-Kailasa people pressurize and 1 or 2 cities resigned and dropped, we are not bothered because we already have 50, 60. Same way, I am waiting for some 100 countries embassy. So after that, I'll announce the names of the countries. So even if the 1 or 2 countries yield to the pressure of the anti-Kailasa people and close down our embassy, withdraw the diplomatic relations, we will not be losers. I think all of you understand how I am strategizing clearly. We already established embassies, diplomatic relations with many countries. And I want all of you to know, many of those countries ask us for their high commission or the honorary council. They want our disciples, devotees, Kailasians to take up those roles, which is a very prestigious role. Like they want to give the peace ambassador title, honorary council title in various countries for their diplomatic mission expansion. Soon, Chaya Bharadwaj in Mumbai is going to become a high council of a country. I have already chosen her name, and soon she is going to become the high council of another one country, not Kailasa, another one country's high council for India. So like this, various countries are asking us to give our people to be their diplomats, ambassadors, peace ambassadors, various diplomatic posts and positions. Based on your involvement, bold association with me, commitment, I choose all these titles, names, positions. 3 countries have asked their UN mission to be led by our people from our think tank. They openly said, your people are so brilliant, and whoever I sent to that country for diplomatic relations, they were so brilliant and very organized. They were so impressed by the way we function and our ideology. They asked me, please give some of your ambassadors to represent us in United Nations. We want them to be part of our team. So when this kind of offers, requests come, I choose based on how you are involved in the responsible democracy of Kailasa. So please, all of you understand. You applying for diploma, degree or PhD with our university is not only going to give you the degrees and PhDs, it is for me to choose. Because when you are interested in academia, naturally I am going to choose you as the education minister for that local Kailasa. For example, I already chose Rani Iyer as the education minister for that local Kailasa, whichever she is associated. Like that, I am going to choose people to be the education minister for the local Kailasa when you apply for diploma, degree, PhD or any of the degrees with our Hindu university. That's one. Second, if you are a Hindu activist and not ashamed of being my disciple, but proud to be my disciple, then naturally I'll choose you as the Minister of External Affairs for that Kailasa. And there are many countries where we have established diplomatic relations. You will also get a diplomatic immunity and the right and privilege to have a Kailasa flag and the car, what do you call it? Board, dashboard of Kailasa's dashboard and Kailasa's diplomatic passport, and the country will be providing diplomatic immunity. All this as the ripple effect, side effect. So this whole nation setup is evolving very successfully with the grace of Paramashiva. I want all of you to know, I am choosing people to be part of the government of local Kailasas and Mahakailasa. And for example, if you are a lawyer and you stand boldly for me, naturally I will choose you as Minister of Justice for that local Kailasa, and all Minister of Justice of all Kailasa put together will form a team and they will be the part of Mahakailasa's Ministry of Justice. So understand, that's the way I am structuring. I want all of you to know, all Minister of External Affairs, for example, Minister of External Affairs of Kailasa, Los Angeles, Kailasa, Malaysia, Kailasa, Singapore, Kailasa, Canada, all of them will form a team and they will be forming the policy and core committee of Mahakailasa's Minister of External Affairs. Same way, Minister of Justice of Singapore, Minister of Justice of San Jose, Ohio, Canada, all these places put together, they will form the team as Mahakailasas, the minister. So this is the way the structure is going to evolve. Ultimately, Mahakailasa will be governed, policies will be administered, done by the sannyasis. Under the sannyasis, these teams will work. So, formally I will announce these governing teams after the work is complete, maybe with the grace of Paramashiva, Navaratri. That's why I am planning Navaratri. So, you applying for diploma, degree or post-graduation, whatever, is not only you will be getting degree, I'll be choosing the people who are interested in academia for education ministry. First. Second, voting every day in Chit Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Actually, Chit Sabha members can vote both You have vote. As a Hindu, you have a right to vote in Rajya Sabha. As a Sarvanyapida Yajaman and Karta, you will have a right to vote in Chit Sabha. But ordinary Hindus, all Hindus can vote only for Rajya Sabha. So understand, so each of you voting every day in Rajya Sabha, naturally I'll start choosing you to become Rajya Sabha member for the local Kailasa. And anyone regularly votes, you are qualified to be Chit Sabha member, means SJP, Karta, Yajaman and Ishwar. And you regularly vote Chit Sabha, voting process every day, then naturally I'll start choosing you for the Chit Sabha of the local government. So it is basically, I am seeing who are interested in getting involved. Please understand, if you are not getting involved, I don't have any problem. And I don't have any incompletion. If you are Chit Sabha member qualified, but you don't vote, I have no problem. But do not expect to be part of the government. Especially don't get incomplete. Your colleague, your pair, your city, the other person is chosen to be a government. Oh, see, she's only Yajaman, I am Karta, but she's chosen as the government of Chit Sabha and she's the Chit Sabha minister, but I am not. Don't get into that incompletion. Please understand, government is run by responsibilism, not by money. For the donation you gave, you will have surely benefits, blessings, whatever you need to be given, you will be showered more than you expect. That is separate. Government is separate. So government is for those who are ready to stand and take the beating from 2 billion Hindus. Be very clear. You are not going to be beaten by non-Hindus, anti-Hindus alone. You are going to be beaten more by Hindus. Without doing any work, Hindus will claim everything from you. They will not do anything, but they will claim everything to be delivered to their plate or even to be fed into their mouth. And you have to stand and take the beating, because that is what I am doing. So when you stand with me, that's what you will get. So who are ready for that, I'll choose you as Kailasa government. Yes. As I told, you will be rated, you will be accused, abused, judged. Everything society can do, will do. After all that, what makes you stand as you is you listen. Everything which I went through, I know I am going to go through, but I accepted it because I know I am going to be at the feet of Paramashiva. So being there, anything can come. I will not be affected. I know Paramashiva is there. Same way, anyone has that kind of a confidence on me. Let's go through anything. I know I am at the feet of Swamiji. Swamiji is there. Come on, we'll do it. This is the clarion call for people who want to be part of the Kailasa government. Kannadiyum, Galladiyum, Solladiyum, Villadiyum. எல்லா அடியும் படுவேன் என்று தெரிந்தும் இந்த பொறுப்பேற்ற காரணம் ஆயன் பரமசிவன் திருவடியில் இருக்கின்றேன் என்கின்ற தைரியத்தினால், பரமசிவன் திருவடியில் இருப்பதனால், எவடியும் நம்மை ஏதும் செய்ய முடியாது எனும் தெளிவினால் இப்பொறுப்பு ஏற்றோம். So if you are ready, come on. Instagram, Kailasa Yogini is commenting, I am ready to take sannyasa. I am happy to know you are my guru. Whichever country you are from, approach the local Kailasa. You can go to Kenya and take sannyas. You can send an email, they will guide you. Anyhow, so all of you understand, I am building the Kailasa government. I want all of you to know, I am building Kailasa government very seriously, sincerely. I want all of you to understand this logic. Only after building a critical mass, like around, now we have more than 100 sister cities signed. Only after 50 sister cities I started publicly releasing that information. Why? I know anti-Hindu forces will go and attack few cities and make them resent, withdraw. So even if that happens, only 1 or 2 will drop and it will not be a big disturbance for Kailasa. How many of you understand this logic? Raise your hand. Same way, we already have established diplomatic relations with many countries, embassies with many countries, and even sovereign land we got more than one places. I am just waiting to build a critical mass. So only after it reaches some 100 countries we have a diplomatic relations and embassies, I'll announce it publicly. So even if the anti-Kailasa forces, anti-Hindu forces pressurize 1 or 2 governments and make them withdraw the diplomatic relations and close the embassy, even if that kind of attacks happen, we will not be affected. That is the reason. Still, I have not revealed in how many countries we have a diplomatic relations and embassy, and how many places we have sovereign land. I am not a strategist, I am just an ordinary. கோயில்ல உண்ட சோறு தின்னுட்டு பரமசிவனை தியானம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிற இருந்த பிச்சைக்கார சன்னியாசிப்பா, அவ்வளவுதான்ப்பா. நமக்கு ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜி எல்லாம் தெரியாதுப்பா, அவர் சொன்னா செய்வோம், அவ்வளவுதான். சோ I always tell people, see, there is a story in Hinduism, Hindu tradition. Musukunda Chakravarti, he was actually a rat. He went to Shiva's temple, Garbha Mandir, just to drink that ghee which was in the lamp. So while drinking that ghee, without his knowledge, he just triggered that wick and the lamp started burning bright. Just that punya. Just that punya. Paramashiva gave him a rajya. There is one more story about Musukunda Chakravarti himself. Actually, the rat was supposed to be Mahabali Chakravarti, and there's another one story where one monkey was sitting on the bilva tree. without knowing it was Shivaratri, it was just plucking few Vilva leaves and dropping, and below the Vilva tree there was a Shivalinga. Without knowing he did this. But Paramashiva accepted that as a Shivaratri Vilva Puja and gave him the kingdom. So understand this Mahabali Chakravarti story and Mushugunda Chakravarti story. This mouse rat was Mahabali, rat became Mahabali, and this monkey became Mushugunda Chakravarti. I always tell people, I was sitting as a beggar in Arunachaleshwara temple for food. Without knowing, I just remembered Arunachala because he is there in front of me, and because of that he gave me Paramadvaita, oneness with himself in the inner world, and his Naivedya Prasada, the Prasada, Naivedyam offered to him is become Prasada. When you offer food to the God, it is called Naivedyam, and once he accepted, it's called Prasadam. That Prasadam, eaten by his disciples, his followers, the Shiva Bhaktas, that becomes Uchishta Prasadam. Prasadam of Paramashiva, Uchishta of Shiva Bhakta. That's the highest. So maybe that Uchishtam I got and ate. With that Punya, because of that Punya, Paramashiva gave the knowledge and made me gave a Samrajya. Because I remembered him unknowingly, he gave Paramadvaita. Because I ate the Prasada and Uchishta, he gave Samraj. Arindu Ariyamalo Annam Dedi Annamalayan Alayatul Amarndirukkum பொழுது அவனை ஸ்மரித்ததனால் பரமாத்வைதம் தந்தான், தன்னை கொடுத்து என்னை கொண்டான், அவன் உண்டு பிரசாதமான உணவை அவன் அடியார்கள் உண்டு, உச்சிஷ்டமானதை நாமுண்ட புண்ணியத்தினால் நல் கைலாச சாம்ராஜ்யமும் தந்தான், கைலாச பதவியும் தந்தான். கைலாசம் செய்யவும் சிறப்பாய் நடத்தவும் அவன் அருளும் அறிவும் திறனும் தேவையானதெல்லாம் பரமசிவனே தந்து அவனே நடத்துகின்றான். Understand, he is doing it, he will do it. I am choosing the people who are ready for the responsibility. Let me define responsibility. Responsibility means ready to get beaten by everyone and ready to sacrifice. If you are ready, welcome. And for whom I am working, they are, see, if anti-Hindus attack me, you can understand. But for the whom I sacrifice my whole life, Hindus, even they attack me. Even if they don't understand, my sacrifice is for them, continuing to sacrifice, doing Tyaga makes me Tyagaraja. Doing Tyaga to the people who don't even know or recognize your Tyaga continuously, makes you Tyagaraja. So anyone wants to be part of me, my Anga Devatas, Sayujya Mukti or Samibhya Mukti or Salokya Mukti, Samibhya Mukti, Sarupya Mukti, Sayujya Mukti. Want to play part of this Kailasa? You are welcome to be part. Who want to take the responsibility? Welcome. I tell you, when I decided to commit my life with Paramashiva, my Guru Parampara, after that, never I felt any suffering or pain. Anything happening, I only know life with him is worthy of anything. I have him. He is worthy to go through anything. பரமசிவ பரம்பொருளே நீ ஒருவன் என்னுடன் இருக்க ஈரேழு லோகமும் எதிர்த்து எதிர் நின்றாலும் அச்சமும் இல்லை அடிபணியப் போவதும் இல்லை இருப்பின் இருப்பான நீ ஒருவன் எனக்குள் என்னுடன் இருக்கையில் வேறொன்றும் பற்றி சிந்தையும் இல்லை சிந்தனையும் இல்லை. When Paramashiva is within me, with me, even if the 14 worlds stands against me, nothing to worry. And it is not standing. It will not stand against me, because even if that something like that appears, it's a illusion, delusion. Paramashiva is playing his game. That's he has his own reasons. I don't ask him reasons. That is what is my chastity. I know he has his own reasons. That's it. So I sincerely request all devotees to start voting Rajya Sabha, and all those who are qualified Chit Sabha members to start voting Chit Sabha, so I can start choosing, organizing the Kailasa government. Actually, now United Nations meetings have started in New York. Many of our delegates are going and meeting many countries, state heads, relating, connecting, building diplomatic relations. Sometimes, not sometimes, many times we tell those that people who are representing Kailasa to present only the good work we have done and we are doing all over the world. We are actually a apolitical, service-based nation. We are service-centric nation run by monks and nuns. We are like Vatican. We do service, social service, spiritual service, religious service, service-based nation. That introduction is more than enough. People appreciate. understand, celebrate Kailasa.